recap, the advantages of online Sunday school is you don't have to leave your house. You're not limited to geography. You can invite others. And pwede ka na mag-short sa ilalim. You don't have to change.
Right. Naka-short
Diba?
ako.
Pwede ka nakabarong sa taas, naka-short sa ilalim. Right? And easy access to materials. I think that's another thing. It's so easy. There's a lot of online stuff, which we're going to talk about later. But what are the disadvantages of online Sunday school teaching? And yeah, it's quite a few.
It's
Yeah,
personal.
you can get technical issues pag wala kang signal.
Yeah.
That's the number one disadvantage. You are 100% dependent on technology. So that's the
Yun. No?
if there's no Wi-Fi, that's it. There's no other
You're
way.
done.
Yeah, they're
You're
done.
done. No.
So you better make sure all your IT stuff is ready. Another disadvantage is distraction. Okay?
Yeah.
The kids, kikinig sila sa'yo, biglang tatawagin ng nanay or whatever, dumaan yung aso, or there's a lot of distractions competing with you on the screen, right? And the other disadvantage is it encourages laziness because of the easy access to materials. The teachers are kind of, they're gonna get lazy. Ay, ano, may video na lang, o ano, yan, ganun na lang. So, hindi na siya nag-effort masyado kasi nga, easy access. All right? Welcome to others who just joined in. So, we're gonna start na our seminar. I'll be speaking in English most of the time because some of the people online can't speak Tagalog. So, ano, mag-English ako pag minsan-minsan. Okay, so let's get ready. So, all right. This webinar is not for you if you're already a pro in teaching Sunday school online. So if you're, this is not for professionals. This is for people who are not used to teaching online. Your church is already using its own Sunday school curriculum. This is not if your church is super organized and has already begun teaching Sunday school online. It's not for you. And if your church is into vlog-ish productions, kasi yung mga mega churches and all big churches, they have productions already and they just record it and they just show it FB Live or nag-YouTube na lang yung mga Sunday school kids nila. This is not for you, okay? Because this is live teaching, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do today. This webinar is for you if you need basic training in teaching Sunday school online, or your church is in search of free, good Sunday school online materials, or your church is having problems in maintaining interest in online Sunday school. And this is for you if you prefer live online teaching, pre-produced or pre-recorded video teaching. A lot of churches are not teaching Sunday school online. They're just showing videos, okay? So that's not what this webinar is for. This is talagang matuturo ka. This is what I'm going to be dealing with. Okay, everybody okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Just let me know if I'm speaking too fast. Okay, so just for the others who don't know me, my name is Sister Joy. I'm an ESL teacher for 29 years, brick and mortar. And then 4 years, I've been teaching online. So those are the companies I'm teaching for. And I've taught Sunday school and trained Sunday school teachers for 20 years plus. And just like my mother said last Sunday, I was born again through Sunday school when I was 9 years old. Bless the heart of my Sunday school teacher. And that is why I'm a firm believer of Sunday school as a legit ministry, a discipling tool, and a spiritual harvest field. Okay, so it's seryoso ako sa Sunday school. Okay, it is not a babysitting ministry. It is not a time filler ministry. So if you're not in agreement with that, you can gracefully exit. And I wouldn't mind because I would want us to start on the same page. Okay? All right. Okay, so let's look at our outline for tonight. Or sorry, this morning for those who are in Canada. Tonight for those in the Philippines. Okay, I'm going to talk about do's and don'ts in online teaching, maximizing Zoom, Messenger Room, and other platforms. Ano-ano yung methods. And I'm going to show you sample video clips of me teaching Sunday school at FCC, at Freedom Church. And then I'm going to talk to you about free sources for online teaching. And that's going to blow your mind. And of course, kung may time ako, or kung may time pa tayo, we're going to do demo teaching and Q&A. So don't be afraid to speak up if you have any questions, okay? So this is not the usual webinar na you can't speak. Just feel free to talk, okay? I mean to ask any questions. All right, everybody with the outline?
Yes.
All right. As you can see, I do this because it's an ESL kind of thing. So everybody ready? So you just want to make sure the kids are ready. So magta-thumbs up ka para magising sila. All right. Okay, so let's look at Zoom, right? So we're using Zoom right now, and these are all the advantages and disadvantages. And that's the share. You can share the screen in Zoom. And unfortunately, only the host can record, like what happened now. And you can host a lot of people. And, it has a lot of advantages. But the only disadvantage is you cannot sing together for some reason. So, kung kakanta tayong lahat ngayon, isa o dalawang boses lang naririnig. So,
yeah, that's right.
effective yung let's all sing together. Hindi masyadong effective yun. Hindi pa na ma-master ng Zoom yung part na yun. Okay? The other online platform that I use is Messenger Room or Facebook Room. If you don't know, you can go to your Messenger and there's like a thing there that you can click. It says Room. I like this because it has a better audio and light. Maliwanag ang mga mukha namin sa Messenger for some reason. And there's may possibility na pwede yung kumanta together, pero hindi pa rin perfect. The only disadvantage is you cannot record because of security issues of Facebook. You can't record Messenger. Pero for me, favorite ko Messenger because I can't afford a paid Zoom. I go to Messenger and you can use it unlimited time. Okay? So yun ang isang advantage ng Messenger Room. And there's a lot of others and you can just research them, a lot of other ways to teach online. So I'll just send this to you later on, this PowerPoint. You can request it. Okay, do's and don'ts, okay? Before you teach, you need to make sure yung screen area nyo, like the wall behind you, should not be cluttered, okay? Mas maganda if it's just a blank wall para walang masyadong distraction. But if you want, you can decorate your wall if you have the time. Don't look at this because I teach ESL, so I have maps and ABCs and all that. You can do that. If you can also use if you're sitting in front of curtains, pwede rin. Basta walang masyadong distraction sa likod. Kasi that will easily distract the kids, right? And you watch yung screen nyo will not have distractions sa sides. Walang man nakasampay na bra dyan or whatever. Okay. Tingnan nyo mabuti kung maganda yung sides nyo, right? You don't want unnecessary. Tumingin si mama sa likod din.
Biglang na-conscious eh.
Yeah, so don't yun. Tapos don't din yung front din ng desk nyo, wala ring mga distractions dyan. So just yourself, okay? And then when you're talking to your audience, you should look at your camera. So when you're talking, you're not looking at the pictures, yung camera na, yung mga mukha dyan, yan titingnan nyo. Titingin kayo sa camera para kayong artista, right? You're going to look at the camera and talk to the camera. So that's how it works, okay?
Oh.
Can I see you? I'm gonna check each of you. Can I see you look at the camera? Okay, good. All right. Okay, the others I can't see. All right. So make sure you're looking at the camera when you're teaching. Kasi if you're looking at down or up or whatever, it's you don't get the attention of the kids. So you have to look at the camera. Close and not too far. Okay, so I can say for example, Nanette, Fe, you're too far. If I'm just giving an example, okay? Cherry, you're also a bit too far if that's the distance. When you're teaching Sunday school, you have to be a bit nearer, okay? Like Ivy, yan. Chris, you're too close. Tsaka puro mukha mo lang yung nakikita. So it has to, medyo ano, may kita naman yung shoulders nyo.
Hindi ako naka-costume.
Nakasuot. Okay? So, dapat ano lang siya, shoulder. Huwag masyadong makita lang. Para kang ano, parang passport. Ganun. Para siyang passport picture. Ganyan. So, that's how.
Oh, yan. Oo.
So, hindi, and you're not looking down. Kasi ganun din mga ibang teachers na, we are now going to, hindi rin looking down. Kasi yan ang disadvantage ng phone, di ba? You're looking down or you're looking up, hindi rin pwede yun. Katulad ni Brother Nolly sa FCC, palagi siyang naka-look down. So, wag ganon. Kailangan you're facing the camera. Also, the lighting. So, right now, my lighting is okay. But sometimes I use this. I don't know if you can see. Sometimes I use a light if it's too...
LED ring.
Yeah.
I have that. Kaya lang, magmumukha ng full mo ng mukha ko eh.
No, because mas maganda kasi nakikita yung facial expression nyo, right? I don't need that right now.
That's why I put myself outside. Nandito ko sa deck ngayon kasi natural light.
Yeah, actually,
Malinaw ka, Ivy.
natural
Malinaw.
light is so much better, okay? And you
Yeah.
adjust it in different, if you have like this, but I don't need it right now. You can also use sa likod mo virtual background, right? Virtual background, okay? So light, not too dark and not too bright.
Salazar.
Somebody's talking. So
It's Sam. Sam.
not too
That's
dark
Sam?
and not too bright, okay? And dapat hindi siya silhouette. Hindi siya silhouette.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. And your camera and audio and Wi-Fi, please double check if they're working. And room sound level, very important na the sound level is low. Kasi if there's may nagkakaraoke sa tabi nyo o may nagdadaldalan sa isang maririnig yon sa camera. So make sure the sound level is low. Okay? Much better if you just lock the door and then you can teach. That way there's not a lot of distractions. Okay, everybody? Okay. Another do's and don'ts. All your tabs should be ready. Yung mga ituturo nyo, naka-ready na yan. Wear presentable top. Okay? Huwag naman pambahay. Just a presentable top. Nobody cares what you're wearing under. Check your face in the mirror first. Baka mamaya kakakain nila ng malunggay at may malunggay yung nyo. Whatever. So, make sure na maganda yung maaliwalas yan. Tawag ba yung Tagalog ko? Make sure you have the link that parents received it and remind them to enter the link on time. And of course, pray. At FCC, during the week, I usually send mga Tuesday or Wednesday, I send links to parents so that the kids can prepare spiritually, emotionally, and mentally for the lesson on Sunday. So I usually send out a video of the Bible story so I don't spend much time on that during the lesson proper. And I also ask them to learn some songs and they also do their crafts. And you can send other links. The reason why I do this is because I don't want the kids to think that Sunday school is just a once a week thing. I would want them to think that Sunday school is a lifestyle. So it's not just kung magkita lang, ganun lang. So that's why I do this. Okay? All right. Everybody okay so far?
Yes.
All right. Now, while teaching, okay, first ask, Before anything else, first ask, can you hear me? Can you see me? Very important, because if they can't hear you, they can't see you, then what's the point, right? So you have to make sure you ask the two questions, okay? Because sometimes they can't hear you or they can't see you, then you can check your own IT check, right? Your IT stuff. Always look at the camera, like I said, not on the screen. Always smile, keep your voice normal. No need to shout, because most inbuilt mics are sensitive naman. So you don't need to shout. So just a normal voice. And maximize your hands and your facial expression. Ganyan. Use puppets if you have to for younger kids. For example, you can say, "Oh, I have a friend here. Let's say hello to our friend," and then you say hello, so it's just for the younger kids, okay? I'm not very good with younger kids, by the way. Forte ko is old kids. And you can even get a stuffed toy, like, for example, ganito. So it's like this, hello. We are going to talk about Noah's Ark, and one of the animals is what? What is this? So you can do that as an introduction, okay? So if you have kids, those the toys in your house can get in very handy. Okay, always call the child's name. Why? Because you can't point, right? O ikaw naman, hindi po pwede. You have to call the child because they're on the screen. Hindi porke nasa left siya ng screen mo, nasa left siya, right? It differs for every screen. So you have to call the name of the child when you want them to answer your question. Use rewards for younger kids or compliments for older kids, just like school. It really, really helps. Like you have like stars and all that. And no lectures, no lectures. The kids, they have very, very short attention span on screen. Please, no lecture. It's not preaching, it's Sunday school teaching. Other thing is, online Sunday school normally is shorter than the live Sunday school because of the screen time. Scientifically, the kids, yung attention span ng mga bata is maikli. That's why when they watch YouTube, after ng 1 minute, they go to another YouTube. They go to another YouTube because their attention span is very short. Make sure that it's not an hour long or 2 hours long Sunday school. It's just ideally 20-25 minutes for younger kids and maybe 35 to 45 minutes with older kids, depending on the attention span. If you're showing an object that is small, for example, this one, okay, it's a finger puppet. Don't do it like this. You have to put it near the camera. Can you say hello? So you have to put it nearer, okay? Because if it's far, hindi kita, right? The word cards. Same thing with things like this. You have to put it nearer. What animal is this? Okay, so you have to put it nearer if you have a small object to show. If it's a book, then it doesn't matter about your face. You have to show the book. Okay. Clearly, you have to check the screen. Nakikita ba? So make sure that it's. Don't do it like this. They can't see that. So you go it like this, okay? If you want to use a physical book, all right? And of course, wrap up the class with a smile, okay? All right. So how do you teach? This is the teaching method for younger kids. This is just a suggestion, okay? So you greet the kids, you pray, and then you have a warm-up song or an action song. You can show a video or you can sing and lead them. Then you can have a puppet or an object, and then you can show that object or puppet. And then you can have your Bible story. You can use pictures or videos or a book. Okay, it says in here, my internet connection is unstable. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. And then you can have crafts. You can show it. You can show how to make a craft, but make sure you already have something that is already done. So you can show a sample of a finished product. You can do it together, or you can do it by a video. I'll show that to you later, what I did with the kids at FCC, and then you can wrap up. Okay, please, please make sure your activities is one after another. There should be no lull, because the kids may be distracted, and nobody can stop them if they want to leave, right? Okay, but if you lose their interest, then they just leave. They just say, "Mom, I don't want to do this anymore." So that's it. Okay. Now for older kids, for older kids, you greet them, you pray together, and this is what I love to do. I do quizzes, I do games, I do songs. It doesn't have to be a Bible quiz. It can be a quiz about the topic, okay? And I'll show that to you later. And then you can have the Bible study. You can show pictures, a video, or you can use a Bible. You can do a PowerPoint. I'm a PowerPoint person. And you can do crafts together, and then again, wrap up and pray. Okay? Everybody okay so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, free resources. Okay, YouTube has tons, thousands of songs that you can use for Sunday school. Name it, it has it. Okay? Magsasawa kayo sa dami ng songs. You have to ask the Lord for wisdom, which song, and it has to be related to what you're teaching. Don't just choose a random song. Make sure you choose a song that is related to your topic, okay? Do not ever do anything, a game, a song, whatever that is in the topic. Kailangan unified yung ano nyo, yung mga gagawin nyo, okay? For crafts, there's also a lot of YouTube things, a lot of Sunday school sites that have a lot of crafts, ideas for crafts, okay? And then for lessons, there's thousands and thousands online, and I'll give you the links later on. So there's actually very detailed lesson plans online, and you can use that as well. But again, my caution is, don't, it's just a guide for you. You can follow it, yes, but please, give some effort, maybe put your own personality in it, give some of your ideas to use for teaching your Sunday school kids. There's also a lot of free Sunday school worksheets. You'll be amazed. There's a lot of them. Again, make sure you use the right one, and don't just throw in worksheets there. It has to be connected with the topic, okay? Usually with the FCC, I ask the parents to print it for their child, okay? And I'm gonna give this to you. This is from me. Ebooks. I have like 5 or 6 Bible stories on PDF. So you can use that as well if you like to read from an ebook that you can show. I have 6 of them complete, and it's an ebook. It's complete. It has Old Testament, New Testament. So I have all kinds of different kinds of ages as well. Okay, so I'm gonna give that to you as well. All right, and of course, alam nyo na to. There's a lot of free images online. If you want to use any Bible story, there's tons and tons online, and there's also websites that offer free images for Bible teaching. Okay. And because it's just too much, so I'm gonna send you a list of links and the PDFs, and that is madaming ano siya, madami siyang, ang tawag doon, gigabytes. So I need to send it to you by email and put it on your drive. So please email me, and I'll send the resources to you and all the links to free resources. Okay, everybody okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we are now going to show a sample video clip If you can turn up the video, because I don't know if it's loud enough, but I recorded this with the kids at FCC. You know, FCC is just a small church, but they have really adorable kids. I'm handling the 10 to 12 years old class, and there are about 3 or 4 students there. So this one, there's Lexi and Kenzo, who are my students. Okay, so this one I'm teaching the armor of God. Okay, ready? Here's an example of using their physical Bibles when you want to read the Bible story. Just in case. Open to Ephesians 6. Ephesians 6. Do you know Ephesians is in the New Testament? Okay.
Ephesians.
You can also have a PowerPoint and let the children read the verses for you aloud. Yeah.
For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms.
Therefore, put on the armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, we may be able to stand your ground. Okay, and this is the lesson proper. The truth that shields you from the devil's fits. Okay, that's the
Yeah.
meaning of the belt of truth. You should always tell the truth, and Jesus is our truth. Okay, all right. Now it says in here. And just to make sure that they understood the lesson, it's always good to give a little bit of a quiz after the lesson proper or a game. Show the answer. What is number 1?
One,
The helmet of?
salvation.
Good. You saw it. What is number 2? The?
A breastplate of
Touch with R. Breastplate of?
righteousness.
For crafts, I asked the kids to draw, imagine and draw what their armor of God would look like, depending on their personality. And while they're doing it, I played spiritual battle songs so that there's unity in everything that we did. All right. Okay, I just want to remind you that you should have the helmet of salvation, okay? Breastplate of righteousness, just make sure you have that. Shield of faith, the belt of truth, the sword of the spirit, and the the feet for peace, okay? Okay, the Bible topic is the fruit of the Spirit, and I usually start with a game, and I always start my classes on time to honor those who come on time. So even if I only had one student, I start right away. Okay, guess the fruit game number 1. The only fruit with seeds on the outside. Hmm. It's red. I'm giving you a clue.
Okay. I don't know.
Strawberry.
How did I not know that? I love strawberries.
Right? When you look at it, the seeds are on the outside, right? Yeah. Okay. Number 2. Are you ready? Oh, come on. Yeah.
It's the most loved fruit in the world. It's voted number 1 by all countries. What do you think? Number 6, they explode when you put them in a microwave. Most fruits do, but this one explodes. Yeah, but don't try it, okay? It's small and it's purple.
Grapes.
Yeah, great.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There is no law against things of that kind. Those who belong to Christ Jesus have nailed their sinful desires on to his cross.
The fruit of the Spirit. So the first one is a heart. So it's love, right? What do you think is the next one? What's that?
Joy.
Yeah, love, joy.
Faithfulness.
Yeah, faithfulness. And then with the heart, gentleness. Okay? Gentleness. And there's a fire, so you must self-control. Okay? Self-control.
Patience for some reason.
What do you think, Alexi? What about you?
Patience.
Can you give me an example? Why do you think you have a lot of patience?
I don't know. I'm just like, I can wait for a long time. And also because.
And then just put it in the closet and nobody uses them. So yeah, so they're very kind and they give them away. Yeah, they're known for that. So they're very, very generous. What about you, Lexi? You think of a family member or
Okay.
a best friend or whatever?
I think Paula has also a lot of, I think she has a lot of kindness too. I don't know why. She also gives away her stuff. Like, sometimes she also gives away her, like, a little of her food, which is like her favorite food to Isaiah if he wants some. And I'm like,
Aww.
it's delicious. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness,
Oh, 9, sorry.
self-control.
Do you have photographic memory? Wow. There is no
There is no law against
Okay.
no, there's no.
things of that kind. Things of that kind. Okay. The weirdest fruits on earth. You have to tell me, make a guess where the fruit is from, what country, okay? All
I
right.
have this before.
Buddha's hand is from Japan. See, like a hand, right? It's so weird. And it looks like this on the inside.
Oh.
Yeah. So you eat it like that. Described as pig poo, sewage, vomit, onions, and gym socks all in one. That's how stinky it is. It can be smelled from yards away. So it really, really smells bad. I've never tasted this and I've never seen it. So, but a lot of people are telling me about it that it tastes so good. You just have to go like this, pinch your nose like this, and eat. I usually start my Sunday school class with sharing of highs and lows. So, high means something positive or a blessing that has happened in their lives for the past week. And a low means challenges that they have experienced in the past week. So, this is kind of a warm up before we start a lesson.
So yesterday, our friends came over, and we were playing in the backyard, and we like set up a tent basically like we were camping, because we can't really go camping now at this time, so we went camping in our backyard.
Okay.
I'm not going. I'm doing
Me
online
neither.
school tomorrow.
Me neither. At September 10th, there was three schools was infected. That was infected. So everyone had to be sent home.
That's really
Soon
bad.
that can be doubled.
Okay, this is one way of introducing your lesson proper.
Now we're gonna talk about something interesting. Why did God make hell?
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, so I'm actually in a series called Tough Questions. Okay, and our first question we're gonna talk about is why did God make hell? I think this is very interesting. Not many Sunday school lessons talk about this. So first, let's have a true or false. Okay,
Got
and
it.
I'm just gonna move the frames. I can't see. All right. If you can't see, just just switch, just move our frames to the left. All right, ready? True or false? Hell was made for the devil and his angels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. True.
Second is true.
Number two, Satan rules in hell.
Yes.
No,
What?
false.
True.
False. Everybody thinks no. Everybody thinks Satan rules in hell. No, he's actually gonna suffer in hell. In right? So he rules the darkness in the world. He rules,
Three is true. Number
but
three is true.
Satan. Hold on, we're still in number two. But Satan rules in hell. The Lord, our God, rules everywhere. Okay, number three.
And here, once again, we are going to read the Bible passage on the screen.
By his side. So he called to him, Father Abraham, have pity on me and send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in the water and cool my tongue, because I am in agony in this fire.
Okay, who is Abraham? Who's this guy? Have you heard about Abraham, guys?
Yeah.
Mm.
He's a guy from the Old
And
Testament.
is he the guy in the penny? Is he the penny guy?
He's a guy who almost killed his son to sacrifice to God, and he is what we call the father of our faith. Now,
Wait, the one who almost
right?
killed his son?
Yeah. How can that happen? Abraham from the Old Testament appearing in the New Testament. Wow, that's thousands of years.
So, after reading the Bible passage, we now go to the deeper, more detailed part of the lesson.
The Bible,
The Bible speaks of it in many places.
okay, the Bible speaks of hell in many places. It's mentioned 162 times. And Jesus talked about hell 70 times. So that means it's real, right? I mean, Jesus must be talking about something so many times if it's not real. Okay.
And then finally, as usual, I always give like a quiz thing just to make sure that they understood everything. So this is a fill in the blanks kind of quiz for them to fill in.
Okay, let's see if you remember. Number one. Anyone? The Bible speaks of hell in
Many places.
many places. Number two. Hell is a state of. Start with letter P.
Punishment.
Punishment. Yes, very good.
And for crafts, I just pulled out a YouTube video where a man shows how to make an evangelistic tool talking about hell and heaven by folding paper and tearing the paper into little pieces, and then you proceed to tell the good news to a friend. So it's a pretty neat craft. Yeah, so here goes.
It's real glitchy.
Yeah.
I got it. What did they do? It's
what-
real. What?
Okay, so you're gonna tear a third. You're gonna tear a third, okay? Make sure it's pointing to you, okay? We need a table.
No kitties behind us.
That's cool. You got it? I got my cross. You guys got your cross?
I have a cross, but the words aren't so perfect.
Yeah, mine either. My letter H is so small. Okay.
Okay.
Light.
Wow.
It's so cool. I really find this really cool. So you have the T, the cross is T, and then you form the letter H, then G, and then I, then L. I'm gonna do a demonstration, okay, for younger kids. Okay. What do you see? Hi guys, what do you see here in the picture?
Rainbow.
Okay, rainbow.
Rain.
You have a red, yellow, green. What's the color of this?
Blue.
Ooh, very good. Okay, and then you talk about the colors, okay? Now, I'm gonna show you some animals. Can you guess what animal this is?
Pig.
Pig.
What's the sound?
Oink, oink.
Okay, very good. Oh. What about this? What's this?
Cow. Cow.
Yeah. What's the sound of a cow?
Moo.
Yeah, very good. And this one?
A cat.
What's the sound of a
Hello,
cat?
Kitty.
Okay. And then so you go on like that. So you show some animals. You can even show soft toys if you have it. Okay. And then after that, you can show a video of Noah.
Hickory bark. He built it long, both wide and tall, with plenty of room for the large and small. Who built the ark? Noah, Noah. Who built the ark? Brother Noah built the ark. Who built the ark? Noah, Noah. Who built the ark? Brother Noah built the ark. In came the animals 2 by 2. Hippopotamus and kangaroo. In came the animals 3 by 3. 2 big cats and a bumblebee. Who built the ark? Noah, Noah. Who built the ark? Brother Noah built the ark. Who built the ark? Noah, Noah. Who built the ark? Brother Noah built the ark. In came the animals 4 by 4.
you can do that, or you can show the video. There's lots of videos of the same song with different kinds of rendition. There's a rap version of that. There's a cute version of that. And then after that, you can talk about Noah. You can show a Bible story or a picture.
Okay, guys, Tita Joy is going to read the story of Noah. All right, ready? Okay. Men and women increased in number, multiplying throughout the earth, and God saw that they were wicked. God said, I shall wipe them from the face of the earth, both humans and beasts, all creatures great and small, and even the birds in the sky, for I am sorry that I made them. But there was one good man. His name was Noah, and he had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. God said to Noah, build an ark, a great wooden boat, and put a roof over it. Go into the ark with your family, and take with you a pair of every kind of animal, those that walk and those that crawl, even the birds that fly. For in 7 days I shall make it rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. Noah did what God told him to do. He built a big ark, and into it he took his family, and 2 of every animal, great and small, even the birds of the sky. And God shut the door behind him. The rain fell, and the waters climbed, lifting the ark higher and higher. The floods covered the entire earth, even the highest mountains. All things that lived on dry land perished. Only Noah remained, and those who were with him on the ark. Days passed, but God had not forgotten Noah. The rain stopped and the wind blew. Slowly the waters began to subside, and the ark came to rest on a mountain top. Noah waited 40 days. He released a raven, which flew back and forth, waiting for the waters to dry. Then Noah released a dove, which returned to the ark, for she had found no place to set her feet. Noah waited 7 more days and released the dove again. In the evening, the dove returned. In her beak, she was holding a small olive branch, and Noah knew the waters had gone down, and he waited 7 more days. Again, he released the dove, and this time she did not return. Noah looked and saw that the land was dry. At God's command, Noah left the ark with his family and all the animals. Then God said, never again will I destroy the earth because people are wicked. So long as the earth lasts, there will be sowing and reaping, summer and winter, day and night. And God said to Noah, today I made a promise, a covenant with you and your children, and your children's children. Look, I have set a rainbow among the clouds. It is the sign of my covenant with all things living on the earth. Never again will I send a flood to destroy them. Wasn't that a cool story, kids?
Or you can do some guessing part of what's next, what's going to happen, and so on and so forth. And then you can do a craft after that. Like they can draw animals on the paper and spell them, because you don't just teach Sunday school, you can also teach literacy while teaching Sunday school. It has to be holistic as well. And yeah, you don't just not just things. You
That's
can also
right.
check their reading and their writing. You can help them as well while you're teaching Sunday school. And then they can do their crafts, and make sure you ask them after a few minutes. You say, why don't we show our work? What do you think of let's all look at the screen and let's look at Lolita's work. And then the child will show, oh, this is my animal, and so on and so forth. And God made the animal, and this is the animal that was in Noah's Ark, and so on. And then after that, you can pray. So just make sure that you prepare for your lesson, because the kids will know if you're not prepared. And like I said, prepare all the tabs ahead of time. Prepare your YouTubes, prepare your materials on time, so that you don't look not prepared. Questions, please.
Mr. Joy, I know you're a pro. How much time do you usually spend when you prepare your lessons or you gather your resources and stuff? Like, how much time do you spend?
I spent about 20 minutes looking for materials. I spend a lot of time on PowerPoint because I'm a PowerPoint person. So I spend a lot of time there. If you're not a PowerPoint person and you're more and you know you can navigate your tabs much better, then go for that. But I don't like going from tab to tab. I panic, as you can see. So I really like it when it's all in one document. I saw other teachers, I saw them using PDF or some of them even use the Word, like Microsoft Word. They use it and they just scroll up and down for their, whatever you're comfortable with, then you can do that. But I spend more time on PowerPoint, that's the thing. But gathering materials, 30 minutes tops because there's a lot of materials out there. It's just a matter of unifying everything I get from different kinds of website, and then I put it all together and make it cohesive, make it one topic.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the only thing I want to caution, Cherry, is there's a lot of things out there. It can be overwhelming, so maybe just focus on 2 or 3 websites, and yeah, that's it, because it could be so overwhelming. Like you find one, oh, ganda to ah. Teka muna, mas maganda to. Hanggang naubos yung oras nyo.
Wala ka na ano, na-prepare.
One time I spent almost half day just looking
Yeah, no. Resist the temptation. Yeah, resist the temptation. Talagang nakaka-addict din. Nakahanap ka, hanggang nag-enjoy ka na, wala ka ng time to prepare, right? So, I suggest limit yourself to 2 to 3 websites, and yeah, that's it.
Pick and choose. Kasi mahirap eh. It's hard when you have a lot of choices. It will not help you in making decisions, lalo na kung you have too many options. So, I agree with your suggestion, Joy.
I have a favorite website that I go to. Let me just share my screen. I have a lot of favorites, but this is my most favorite. Ako, naglalag ako. Well, Wi-Fi. Can you see it?
Wala.
It's ministrytochildren.com. And yeah, so there's a lot here that what I like about this is they have series, because I like series. I don't like random topics. And they have all kinds. They have 52 weeks lesson. They have 12 lessons. Mga ganon. May mga series sila. And I like that kasi it continues from week to week. And merong look forward yung mga bata because they series. Okay? So you have all kinds. Right now, I'm doing the 10 tough questions asked. 10 tough questions kids ask series. So yun ang ginagawa ko. And we talked about hell, right? So that's one. And we're gonna discuss other things as well. So yeah, may 42 weeks, 32 weeks, and so on. We finished Armor of God, Bible study series. And yeah. Pero ito lang, iisang website lang to, pero nakaka-overwhelm na. Really? Dami. Okay, so this is just one website. So take your time to check the websites and the one that fits your church then, kasi iba naman ng church, right? Okay. Any other question? Please ask questions. I would love to answer. What would you do? Okay, ako mag-ask ng questions. What would you do if the child is not responding? If the kid is not responding? Like nakatingin lang sa'yo.
So easy if it is face-to-face, but you know.
You cannot force the child to talk if the child doesn't want to talk.
Just continue to encourage them.
Yeah, definitely, Raquel. Continue to encourage them.
I would say switch gears. If whatever you're doing is not working, then switch gears. That when I say switch gears, do the next task or do the next activity or do something that will uh, get the attention of the child, like get a puppet or get an object or get pull up video for them to watch that is fun to watch. I think that's yeah.
Or
Any
play a game.
Play a game.
halimbawa, definitely.
Play a game with a child, like, okay, the game could be about finishing the sentence, okay? I will start the sentence, you will finish it. But the sentence must still be related to the topic.
Yeah.
So let the child finish. Okay, I'm gonna start, you finish. That will encourage the child to talk.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Pero always keep in mind na related pa rin sa
The
topic.
topic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't sway from the topic.
No.
It can't just be any random sentence. It has to be related to your lesson.
Yeah. It's kind of, Ivy and I's experiences face to face, with young children. But you can do a retelling if you you prepare it in advance. Like
Yes.
you have
Yes.
you have to if your students are regular, if there are like 5 or 6, divide the story into 6 parts, and then send to them in advance, and then orchestrate it. When the virtual then one student A will start it, and then the retelling goes like this.
And then next.
Yeah.
It's like passing the baton, and the child who gets the baton will continue the story, and then another.
But
It's really great.
Yeah, it requires a lot of preparation, though. Like that's why the seriousness of what we call teaching Sunday school. You really have to make an effort, no? Like you have to squeeze your creative juice. In other words, no? Like those on online, the resources on online, you can make modifications.
Tita, mahina ang boses nyo.
Mahina
Mahina.
ba? Baka pwede kayong you do some modification. You can hear me now?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah, like sabi nga ni Joy, overwhelming masyado pagka yung mga resources online, no? So you just pick up, a few, and then maybe modify it. It's just kind of a tailor-made to your class, Kasi nga nakaka-overwhelm, like simple retelling or simple na hindi kailangang maraming preparasyon, no? And maganda yung sinabi ni Jen na always include kasi yung singing. Especially young kids, they love singing.
Hindi daw. I'm on the na.
Hello?
Yeah. I can see you.
Yung singing talaga importante yun. That's the one the one missing in Sunday schools today. I don't know why, they stop, all this group singing straight ahead. They would, go for the story or the memory verse. They don't sing anymore. I don't hear kids, singing like familiar, Sunday school, songs. And gaya nung araw, joy, 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 mga ganun-ganon. Memoryado mo, I don't see that anymore. I don't hear it. No? Yeah. Maybe we should go back to the basics too,
Correct.
Like, yeah.
And
I'd like to ask. Yes, Heidi?
I'd also like to add to what Tita Lolit said. It's really good to engage the children to retell the story in their own words. So that way they will learn the sequencing of the story. They will learn how to communicate or convey an idea, and also you as a teacher will have an understanding of their comprehension of the story, how if they understood the story right. It's very important. So retelling the story in their own words and giving giving that responsibility back to the kids will really encourage them to participate. Kasi, it's hard if all the talking just goes to the teacher. It's very important to to let the kid participate in their own learning.
Yeah, I agree. And I just want to ask the others here, what is happening in your church right now? How is your Sunday school doing? What is happening online? What are your teachers doing? Anybody? Nothing is happening.
Actually, in our church, we
My
have
kids
a Sunday
haven't
school. But
my kids
Yeah,
haven't
yeah, fair,
attended
fair.
Sunday school. Sorry.
yeah.
Hi, sorry,
Okay, go
Fair.
ahead.
Sorry, I'm just saying it's been 6 months or so since my kids have attended Sunday school.
Yeah, yeah. That's not that's not unique, unfortunately.
Yeah, we've only been watching the online sermons. Unfortunately, I mean, the good thing is that we do devotional on a nightly basis with the whole family, so that have helped supplement.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like you said earlier, learning the Word of God is a lifestyle. It shouldn't be like a one-time thing anyway. Oh, baby, go over there. Sorry, that was my son.
Okay, it's okay.
So, but like we sometimes it doesn't happen where we do it on a nightly basis, but majority of time we do. So that's been consistent since the lockdown. So yeah. But I know our church is looking to bring it up, and we're going to be doing online Sunday school soon. So, which is why I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is why I have this not just to share information, but to also sort of encourage us church to continue with the Sunday school online, right? And like Fair, like I said, your situation is not unique. There's a Christianity Today article that 80% of the churches have stopped Sunday school. 3%. It's America, right? And that's not even including other countries. So it's really sad. I think the church was not prepared for the pandemic. So
no,
the church,
definitely. Like not everyone wasn't prepared for this, right?
Yeah,
So,
right.
Yeah, I totally understand. I'm not I'm not putting blame on anybody, but that's
definitely
our current situation right now. So, but I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I can get my kids ready, especially my son to start attending again.
Yeah. And the other thing is the churches people like you said, it's not just a church, but a lot of people are not used to the online world, right? Like even pastors don't know how to do it, how to preach online, because it's just a strange platform for them. Nasanay sila na sa pulpito sila. So
nag-preach sila.
Yeah, unfortunately, yung style nila sa live, ganun pa yung style nila sa online, which dapat hindi, right? There's another way of preaching online. So there's there. So yeah, we need to really address this, especially in the Philippines. It's been what, 6-7 months. I think we should get our act together and wow naman yung mga bata, di ba? Right?
Well, at the end of the day, it's the responsibility of the parents to teach them about God anyway.
I agree with you, Faye. I agree. Yeah.
It shouldn't like here, like education should never fall on just the teachers alone. Like it's up to you as a parent to help supplement the whole thing. So
absolutely.
I mean, my husband and I have been doing that. So
yeah,
for the
absolutely.
past few months. So, but it is great to join the online community, like for fun for Sunday school, obviously. So.
Yeah, it has its purpose, right? Yeah,
no, definitely. Yeah.
Super agree with you. But still, it's a corporate sin. It's a church corporate not address this. I still think Sunday school is a legit ministry that needs to be, to be resurrected online. If everything else is online, so let's maximize this platform for our kids at church. Definitely. How about the others? Thank you, Faye. How about the others? What's going on in your church? Sunday
In
school?
our church, our Sunday school is pre-recorded because every Sunday we have our YouTube live stream. So before the service starts, we actually have a 30 to 45 minutes Sunday school, which is already pre-recorded during the week. And then I think also during the week, the Sunday school coordinator or head would actually drive around houses where the kids live, and then they would leave on the porch the materials, the Sunday
Worksheets.
school materials ahead of time, like 3 to 4 days before Sunday. They would leave the materials already at the porch of the kid's house, so that the kid and the parent can actually go through the lesson beforehand, before the actual Sunday school starts.
Yeah.
So it's really pre-recorded for us.
Yeah, that's also another way, although that's not active as live. A lot of churches also do that because it's
It's not live. It's
yeah.
definitely, it's different if you're using Zoom. We don't
Yeah.
also use Zoom. Like the only live is the worship service itself. That's it.
Well, FCC and other small churches can take advantage of that because it's easier to do it, to teach or preach live, because you see people on the screen, kita-kita may reactions nila. And I appreciate live teaching because kids do have questions. Sometimes really tough. Some of them I can't even answer. But it's good. At least the spiritual ano tawag doon? Barometer ng mga bata, right? So you can try to answer the questions by God's strength.
I guess if the kids have questions, because ours is a pre-recorded Sunday school, but it's up to the parents how to actually answer those questions. So now the parents are involved in the Sunday school teaching itself, in the process itself. So they're able to also teach their kids if their kids have any questions.
Yeah, but I have some students at FCC sa Sunday school na their parents are not Christian. So
Yeah.
it's another side, right? There's another entire dynamic. So they have questions, and it's nice to to know what's going on in their minds and in their hearts spiritually, and then you can answer their questions. Anyone else from other churches? From Pastor June Leon's church, do you have what's going?
Si Pe, from pastor yan. Si Pe. Pastor June.
Tita Lolit, binuking mo naman ako. Grabe.
Oo nga Paano naman adapted naman ako dyan sa simbahan nyo.
Anyone from Impact Church who can share? Impact Church or Sister Cha from your church, if you can hear me, what's going on at your church? So now that we have this basic information, what do you think your church should do from henceforth?
Start Sunday school right away.
Yeah,
I think.
That's right. You are right, Pe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a matter of making sure that there's enough people that can volunteer and teach online, because teaching online would be totally different from having to teach in person.
Yeah.
So like you guys were saying, kanina, like there's definitely advantages and disadvantages between teaching online and in person. So which is why you guys were talking about pre-recorded Sunday school teaching. There's no way that a kid would be stimulated from watching a pre-recorded by a Sunday school class, in my opinion, just because it's like watching TV. There's you can't have a discussion, right? So I think live teaching is definitely much better than having to watch a pre-recorded Sunday school.
Si Tia daw, hindi daw niya ma-mute yung sarili niya.
Hindi ko rin siya ma-unmute. Sister Cha, unmute mo. I-press. Ayan. Sige, Cha.
Okay na?
Okay na.
Naririnig niyo?
Ayan.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry ah.
Oh,
Pati itong video ko, hindi ko maipakita.
Sister Cha, kamusta naman
Sorry.
niyo?
Hello everyone. So, yung sa what's going on in our church, actually I have a teacher also from our church, si Jenny. So she's there also, but kaya lang hindi ko siya masabihin na siya na lang magsalita. Anyway, we are also using Zoom. Tapos we are also using Class Dojo, if you are familiar with Class Dojo. So yung Class Dojo, we put the materials there, yung kagaya ng mga interactive worksheets using the liveworksheets.com. So we give them, kasi di ba syempre puro talkies lang. We only teach them using the presentation. Actually, I use canva.com for the presentations, and it has more yung mga pictures na nakakatuwa. So they look at the presentation, and then yung worksheets ginagawa nila doon sa computer nila. So it's still nag-aano kami, pero kung hindi sila maka-join, also during their own time. So that's what we do. And then also we, for the higher ones, like preteens, kasi yun yung pang maliliit, and then for the preteens we use classroom, Google Classroom, which is also yung iba na hindi maka-join ng Zoom, kasi yung ibang parents, they don't want their children to be joining Zoom kasi daw medyo for privacy reasons. So we use Classroom Google, which is also good kasi pwede rin sila doon na hindi naman mahirap gamitin. And then doon din sa Classroom Google, pwede rin sila doon Google Classroom, pwede rin doon maglagay ng mga worksheets, if you are familiar with Classroom, Google Classroom. So we can still aside from yung nag-uusap na nagsasagot sila during presentation, and then they can still do their worksheets, and then they submit it to us, and then we give them a grade. So parang nagkakaroon pa rin ng talagang yung interaction, even though na nakakapag-submit pa rin sila. That's what I mean. Nakakapag-submit na rin sila sa amin ng meron pa ring evidence that if they're learning or not. I'm not sure, but really it's something new for everyone. I think they're learning. We've been there since nung I think we have been like how many months already we've been using it. So nasanay na rin yung mga bata. And then we also use Share Faith, yung mga stories ng Share Faith. And then from Share Faith stories, we get the questions and answers there. Tapos ginagawa na lang namin sila ng worksheets. So nakakasunod rin yung mga bata. I think may consistency yung mga bata na masundan din yung mga stories from the Bible. So that's what we do. Okay lang ba yun?
Oh, that's great. Share Faith. I love Share Faith.
Yeah, Share Faith is nice. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely you can use Google Classroom, although it takes a while for you to learn the ins and outs of Google Classroom. But Zoom is good because there's interaction, real time na makakapag-discuss kayo. So
yeah, that's right.
Thank you,
Sister Cha. Why are you invisible? Ganda pa naman ang pakinggan.
Hindi ko nga maano yung camera. I'm sorry kasi computer ni Sharon to. Sabi ko, anak, kasi yung computer ko kanina ko pa inaano, hindi siya makapasok. So sabi ni Sharon, Mommy, just use my computer. Tapos ito naman computer niya, hindi ko naman din alam gamitin. So oh my goodness. Baka mamaya.
Magandang boses mo pakinggan. Recorded. Nice.
Ay, recorded ba to? Oh my goodness.
Oh, recorded.
Oh no. Sorry, maano yung computer But anyway, next time. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, Cha, you mentioned about the live curriculum. It's a good one. You know, I look
Live
into that.
worksheets, correct? Yeah,
It's good.
liveworksheets.com.
Yeah, but
You can make worksheets there, right?
a bit expensive. A bit
No,
expensive.
it's free. It's free.
Free? Oh, ngayon nga,
Yeah,
binagbibili sila eh.
just
Oo.
go to liveworksheets.com, and then yung worksheet kailangan PDF, and then pwede niyong lagyan ng mga meron din siya dun tutorial, madali lang din yung tutorial, masusundan niyo kung paano, and then give it to the kids, ilagay niyo lang dun sa email ng parents, and then the parents can access it, and then the children can do it online. Kasi ngayon everything is online na, 'di ba? So the worksheets are being done, kunwari halimbawa bago magklase, magagawa na ng mga bata, and then nag-i-score na rin siya doon, then they can check the score. Pagka all correct, 100% nilalagay niya kaagad doon. So interesting kasi yung mga bata excited sila na makakuha sila ng 100% or 80%, but then it's really very interesting kasi doon pa lang makikita mo na yung kung meron talagang yung mga bata. And I think it's your own na lang kung paano nyo gawin yung worksheets. Pero madali lang, may tutorial kasi, just try it.
Yeah, that's really a very a very wonderful tool, yung mga worksheets. But the word of caution ko lang, whether it's online or live teaching, it's not about the worksheets. It's about interaction. It's about talking about the word. Worksheets are a tool to assess or to prepare, but that's not the
main.
Yeah, that's not the main.
The
main is yung pag-uusapan natin ng Word of God. Let's study the Word of God. Let's debate about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Your doubts.
Because worksheets do not teach children to verbalize. They have to verbalize their feelings. They have to be taught that. How do they feel about this truth?
Yeah, but that's during the discussion that we're doing, like when we are presenting the story, then you have questions and answers, and then you discuss it, and then after a while you want to assess if they have learned something, like for example, who was in the story, or what happened to Jacob or Job, what happened to Job, what did he do, or what happened, why he was like it. So while you're discussing it, they are also talking, and then later on you assess them, and then you wrap it up, right?
Yeah, ganda yun.
Yeah, you wrap it up.
Ang sinasabi ko lang is, all these things, all this stuff, all these websites, all these videos, they're all great. Pero the main thing pa rin is communication. Talking about God's word. Nothing can replace that, whether it's live or online. Kasi kahit naman yung live natin, nakikita ko yung mga ibang churches, puro worksheets, right? Tapos tatapon lang nila sa basurahan bago
Yeah, that's right.
Right? So we don't want that. So what we want is meaningful conversation. Kahit minutes lang basta minutes.
Yeah. Even in the regular schools, we're talking about the regular schools, they really, they minimize on the worksheet, There are some schools even, completely they don't give worksheets. Why? Because that's automatic. It's kind of mechanical. You just answer, sometimes you're not thinking, So, mas maganda pa rin talaga yung
Pero hindi ko maganda yan, maganda. Ako pa, ang hilig kong mag-ano ng mga materials, pero syempre remind pa rin natin sarili natin na it's all about the conversation.
Yeah.
Reminder ko lang yun.
Right.
Please use the internet, use whatever you can use, pero it all boils down to meaningful conversation. Thank you, Cha. Thank you so much. It's a lot of
no problem. No.
Very, very helpful talaga. Very helpful. Any other churches? Thank you, Cha. Cha, that's ano nga uli pangalan ng church nyo ngayon?
Oh, Living in Christ.
Living in Christ, no?
Living in Christ.
Living in Christ. Yeah. In Brampton. Kaya lang hindi naman kami nakaka-attend, nasa New York kami. So lahat din ng nangyayari is kahit pag nagtuturo ako sa Sunday school, I use Zoom kasi nga hindi, pero pagka ngayon yung may Sunday live na sila, nandoon na sila present, then they do it there and then naka-Zoom lang ako. Pero nandoon yung mga bata, may social distancing, they're wearing
Ganda.
and then
Maganda yun.
they're still doing it there in the church. And then pag akong teacher, naka-Zoom sila, pero pag hindi ako nagtuturo, then they are live, unlike face to face. They're doing face to face right now.
Nag-open yung church, cha?
Yeah, they open the church now.
Oo, kasi nung kala hindi pa nag-open yung sa kanila, yung sa church.
Yeah, nag-open na yung church and then pagka si Pastor Ed din ang nagpe-preach, naka-ano rin siya, naka-Zoom din siya. Tapos yung mga tao, nandito lang sila face to face din, pero may social distancing din.
Galing.
And then some who cannot attend are also in Zoom. So doble-doble na ngayon kasi that's how I think it will be.
Nako. Ngayon bawasan na naman.
Okay, anyone else? Does anybody else want to share from another church? I wish, I don't know, malaman natin. Kasi nga, I read this article nga na, Sunday school has suffered during the pandemic.
Hindi, totoo yun, totoo.
So,
oo.
We really need to address that. There's another church, Kila Jigs sa Alberta naman. Wow, as in production. Talaga, may script, may umaarte pa sila, may camera, 3 camera. But it's not live, so it's all pre-recorded.
Pre-recorded, oo.
Yeah,
Yan ang ginagawa. Yeah, kahit yung praise worship dito, they're pre-recorded. Sunday school, pre-recorded. May production. Kung may mga puppet sila, Kaya lang, walang interaction. Kasi ang advantage nung live teaching online, yun na, the children can ask you questions and you can answer them as a teacher. Or you can discuss it as a group. The answer. Yeah. At talagang they really invest. They really stage a production.
Bilib ako bilib ako sa mga production ng church. That's a lot of...
Unfortunately, I'm not a part of the Sunday school program dito sa church namin. So, but I am preparing kasi last night may yung pinagpe-pray kong matagal ko nang pinagpe-pray na kasama ko sa work na i-Bible study ay pumayag na pumayag na sila na i-Bible study ko sila. So we will be starting soon. Most likely Zoom din. Kasi here in Waterloo it's very strict na because of the recent spike in COVID-19 cases. So we still cannot sit down to talk about the Bible, but we can use Zoom so I can teach and disciple them.
Okay, so I hope that you learned something. I'm gonna send this this whatever is being recorded right now. Pero i-edit ko para ilalagay ko yung sinasabi ko sa inyong video ng classes ko with PC. So you can, kasi nga hindi nag-work kanina. So I'm gonna send that as well. And please email me and I will send you all the links to free resources of videos, websites, and I'm gonna send you 6 PDFs, ebooks, Bible for children na iba-iba, which you can use for teaching. Okay? Nag-enjoy yung mga bata na nagbabasa ng ng verses ng Bible. They like that. I found out. They like taking turns. So you can use that as well. Okay, so do you have any questions, guys, before we...
Joy, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Raquel, by the way. Just want to say thank you. This was really informative. Definitely learned a lot. Just one question is, when you give them something to work on, like say your example was them drawing the armor or them drawing the animals, like how much time do you usually give them?
5-10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, this is older kids, so it's fast. But with younger kids, maybe you can give them a longer time to draw. And usually you play music or so.
Music is important, no?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Raquel.
Yeah, Raquel is into teaching now.
Yeah. Anyone else from other churches? Do you have anything to share?
What about in the Philippines? Sa Pilipinas, ano ginagawa?
Ganun din, marami ding tumigil.
Ganun? Ganun din ba?
Oo.
The Philippines po. I'm a student of Ma'am Anardi.
Okay. Si Sam. Okay.
Yes po. Gusto ko lang po i-share yung sa church context po namin. What we do is also pre-recorded, but maximum of 20 minutes lang for our Sunday school. But we do it like batibot style po. Parang ganun po.
Galing
Kasi, opo. And we do it interactively like yung memory verses po. Short lang siya, but we do it in a game format. So that the students will be able to easily remember the memory verse. And then what we do with the graphs, we also send activity sheets sa kanila po, and then they have parang a deadline na isa-send nila in our own Facebook group chat. And then meron po kaming pinipili na tawag dito na arts and crafts po, best in arts and crafts. And then weekly we give them prizes so that they are motivated to do the crafts.
Wow.
Ganun po yung ginagawa namin. So parang ano po siya, since all the other teachers po are young and grew up po sa mga batibot style, blues clues styles, we do it like that po. And
galing
we often do yung puppets, ganyan po. And then we make sure na the songs that we share ay ano po, kung hindi po connected, kailangan nandun po yung verses, parang ganun po.
Ayun, tama.
Yun lang po yung sa context po ng
Pag sinabi mong batibot, what ages were you targeting, Sam?
Usually po kasi sa aming church, mas marami po yung aming mga toddlers, and then up to 9 years old, up to 9 to 10 years old. And then po yung mga 11 to 12, nakahiwalay po kasi sila ng Sunday school. What we do sa kanila naman po, yung medyo lighter activities but challenging naman po. Like for example, sa kanila naman po, tawag dito, pag morning po, we just give them activities, and then for example po, your activity for today is to memorize the books of the Bible like this, and then you have to send your videos up until Sunday. Like ganun lang po yung ginagawa namin. So lighter exercises, but they're all participative and motivated sa pag-send ng kanilang mga entries.
Galing.
Kasi they have prizes as well po. Binibigyan po talaga namin sila ng prizes. And then ang goal rin po kasi namin is that the parents will be engaged doon sa aming Sunday school format. So ang ginagawa po namin, we really talk to the parents na please do help your children, na ganito yung gagawin nila. Paano po nila sasagutan yung mga worksheets. We do kasi yun nga po yung goal parang this pandemic ang hirap mag-connect sa students. So family ministry po talaga yung goal namin. So mas nagko-communicate po kami sa parents than the children. But they have also parang a month once a month na we do a Zoom fellowship. Ganun po yung nangyayari sa amin.
That's good. Very nice.
I was wondering about your 11 to 12 years old. Why did you decide na light ang ang material niyo?
Not necessarily lighter po, pero kasi po sila, they are the ages na nagjo-join po sa panonood ng preaching with their parents. So, what we do to them po, like for example, what we do sa kanila, okay, you watch the preaching and then take note doon sa mga important highlights na sinabi ni Pastor and then send your entries back to the GCs. Ganun po. Tapos, they will send it po. They are motivated to really listen sa preaching. So, medyo higher level na po yung binibigay naming activities sa kanila.
Galing. Maganda.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. I would encourage you to, since meron kayong parang batibot style, I would encourage you to spread the link. Yung link nyo, i-ano nyo, baga encourage mga
makita ng iba.
Parents to share the link, right? Reach more kids. Para that's great. That's wonderful.
My observation is the good thing about pre-recorded Sunday school is that you can play it over and over again, especially if it's been uploaded to YouTube. You can repeat watching it over and over again to review. And it has its strengths, it has its weaknesses. Pero at the end of the day, God uses whatever platform is effective. Whether it's live teaching or pre-recorded, it creates an impact. It leaves an impact sa mga bata at sa mga families. The important thing is to continue whatever your church is comfortable with, whether it's live Zoom teaching or pre-recorded. The important thing is you need to continue the Sunday school ministry kasi ang nangyayari ngayon, there's been, Sunday school is dying as a result of the pandemic. Ang nangyayari ngayon, pati yung mga, even yung mga live, yung mga Zoom, na mga live worship services online, the attendance is decreasing. So nangyayari ngayon yung mga remnants na lang. Dito talaga magkakakilala na we will find out kung sino talaga. Mga remnants lang talaga ang matitira sa atin. Let's be faithful.
Yeah. It's the same Christianity Today article that I've read na the online services nung March, ang dami.
Okay siya, ang dami. Oo.
Tapos April, May, ngayon pababa. If you observe yung
60%
yung views ng ng mga live ng churches, pababa, hindi siya nag-i-increase, which is ironic, ba? Dapat nga mag-increase dahil
may time na, may time.
It's pwede mo i-share yung link, right? So I think we really need to get our act together for his glory. But I agree with you, Ivy. Whatever you're doing in church, do it well. Ang wag lang gagawin ay walang gagawin.
Oh yeah.
Diba?
Kita mo 2 thumbs up.
At least may gawin naman kayo. Yeah. Naawa ko sa mga bata Awa talaga. Hey, anyone else from other churches before?
Thank you, Sam.
Just a note, pahabol lang. If your church doesn't have a Sunday school yet in place for kids during the time of pandemic, at least naman as a parent, encourage your children to sit with you during the worship services. It's very important. Wala nang ang Sunday school. Hindi mo pa kasama yung mga anak mo pag nandyan na nagpe-preach yung pastor. At least gather them like a mother hen gathers her chicks. Gather them with you. Make them sit. Kagaya nung sinabi ni Sam, yung mga 11 to 12, pwede na yung sumama sa parents at mag-join sa worship services at makinig sa mga pastor. But still, a lot of parents are not doing that. Why?
All right. Anybody else who would like to share what they're doing in their church? That's it. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming. And I hope that this has encouraged you to look into your Sunday school ministry. And I hope the Holy Spirit has moved us to, consider the children. Kailangan na wag natin silang bayaan. Okay? Like what I said at FCC, we put premium in our messages. We put premium in our worship services, in our praise and worship. Then why should we not put premium in our Sunday school? Why? So we need to put the same effort natin sa worship service sa Sunday school, because a lot of the church leaders that you see became born again from Sunday school. Oh.
Yeah, totoo yun.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much, guys, for coming, and I will definitely send you the link. So please email nyo ako, and I will send you everything that I have, and I hope that I hope the links will really help your church. Okay. So,
Thank you, Joy. Thank you,
yeah.
Joy,
Thank
for
you,
your
Sister
time.
Thank
Joy.
you.
Thank you, Sister
Okay,
Joy.
you're welcome. Let's pray. Let's pray. Lord, maraming salamat. You're the only reason why we're here. We can do nothing apart from you. Father, we seek your advice. We seek your wisdom. We seek your guidance as we continue to spread the word for you. And Father, humble us, Lord, as we continue to love you, to serve you. And we look forward, Lord, to harvesting these souls, Lord, through our Sunday school ministry. Thank you. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, guys.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Pe.
Bye, Tita Lolit.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Guys. Bye, chat. Bye, Sam.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you, everyone.